Hello, good afternoon from Malmoe in Sweden. We are at the press center of the Eurovision Song Contest, and next to us is one of the legendary songwriters of many Eurovision songs, Jonas Gladnikoff. Nice to meet you. Finally, at long last, we got a chance. Jonas, you have written so many songs for Eurovision, and what was your best song so far you have had in the national finals or at Eurovision?
Well, I would say that the most fun memories, of course, is my first Eurovision in 2009, etc. And also because it was a song that took quite a long time to finish it, and then eventually just getting the reward of going to Eurovision was such an amazing experience. And of course, being in Moscow as well was an interesting place to experience and all of that. So, but it's hard to choose just one song as my favorite because it's like they're all my creations and.
Your children, basically.
It's hard to be neutral and see it from a different person's perspective. So I just like them all.
So it was etc.
Yeah.
Was that the song? And you wrote that alone, or you wrote it together with a team of people?
Oh yeah, we were a team of 4 people from 4 different countries.
Okay.
So I really enjoy work like that. We had, well, of course, one person from Ireland, and I'm from Sweden, and then one from Denmark and one from Italy. So it was quite an international collaboration.
And how did you find each other? Because I can imagine writing songs in the team cannot be so easy.
No, well, I have been working with all of them previously, different constellations, and we got together and decided to make this together. But mostly we just wrote it online, not ever being present in the same room at the same time. So just sending ideas back and forth, and with lyrics and music and arrangement and everything. Read it that way.
Do you do the lyrics and the music, or you are more like I like to be more the writer of the words, and then somebody else has the music to it?
It's a bit different. Usually I'm more focused on the music part. Sometimes I'm usually involved in the lyrics, at least a little bit. Sometimes I do lyrics completely myself, but then I usually end up being too much of a perfectionist. It takes me like several weeks to finish the lyrics, so it's usually just quicker to have someone else do the lyrics. But sometimes I'm more involved in the lyrics and sometimes more in the music, so it's different each time.
What does give you the ideas to write songs? I mean, for me, it's when you tell me write a song, what can I do? So I would be like, from the creation point of view, it's not something for me I could do easily. So how do you do this?
It's all about hearing music from everywhere and just feeling inspired by what you hear, and it's like, oh, how can I incorporate things from all different musical genres and just see whatever, then just end up sitting there by the piano or something and see whatever comes out when I start playing. So it's hard to pinpoint what exactly the ideas come from. It's just a mixture of a lot of things, but sometimes it can be something specific, or sometimes other people come to me with ideas that they want a specific type of song, and then I just have to see if I can make that happen, basically. So.
Well, that's very interesting. Now, can you name some of the songs that you actually have written for Eurovision? You have done already, etc.
Yeah.
But there's more you have done, of course. So.
Well, yeah, for Eurovision, there's just one more, basically, because that was It's For You, the 2010 Irish entry.
Niamh Kavanagh sang that one, a Eurovision winner. So it's also a big thing.
That was quite an honor when she wanted to work with us for that. That was a really great experience and flattering. So, but yeah, then just a lot of stuff for national finals. Of course, in Denmark in 2009, came second place with Someday with Hera Björk, and then also second place in Spain in 2011, and fourth place in Portugal the same year.
Which were the songs?
In Spain it was called Volver by a boy band Loreen, and in Portugal it was Filipa who sang Tensão. And what else? Well, in Iceland this year, of course, with Medalandana with Birgitta. And then lots of different, I think I tried to count how many different ones, and I just keep forgetting how many it actually is by now. It's too many to remember all of them.
We picked up some stuff you done for Malta as well.
Oh yeah. I did, I think it was 2 years ago. Sung in the Maltese final that was, I think it only came 10th, but then I think it was selected to be in the second chance contest, and which I also had the same year with a song Falling from Ireland that came second in Ireland that year. So a lot of the times the songs I write, they seem to turn into favorites by the fans even when they don't win the national finals, which is quite flattering that even if they don't always do well in the national finals, I usually get a lot of positive feedback from the fan world, which is quite important, I think, because without the fans, then the songs are usually nothing.
Exactly.
So,
but can you make money as a composer and songwriter these days, or is it a difficult thing to do?
It is quite difficult because I mean it's the songwriting business. It's what it used to be like 20 years ago, but still, there's definitely money to be made. But it's not so much about just having one song and then getting rich from that. It's more like you need lots of songs to actually get there eventually. And I'm not rich. I'm not making a big income of the songwriting, but it's still nice to be able to make somewhat of a living from doing what you love to do. So,
do you have another profession apart from being a songwriter?
Right now I'm just focusing on songwriting because I've got so many projects going on. Also, I mean, I do a lot of things outside of Eurovision, obviously, and I also have a solo project, not solo, but with a band. Two of my songwriting colleagues. We're just releasing new material and stuff called Technicolor Roses. So check that out.
Okay, there's a website with it?
Yeah.
Can you say the URL?
Technicolorroses.com. It's actually a name that's quite hard to spell, but it's just Technicolor with a British spelling of color.
Okay.
So
it's great. Wow,
yeah,
fantastic.
We make like jazz, swing, modern version, and we're just releasing a song, and then I'm also working lots of new projects. We're writing music for others, so right now I don't really have time to work with anything else.
I can imagine.
But in periods where I have less to do with the music, I try to work with stuff to just earn some extra money.
Are you also performing the music you write in the group?
We don't perform so much live actually. It's mostly like for radio. So, but we have a lot. We use guest musicians that come and play like saxophone and clarinet and stuff. So we're working with different people. It's more like a project because it's more like dance music with jazz elements. So we don't perform much live now.
We mentioned Neve Kavanagh before. You wrote It's For You, and did you write the song especially for her, or how do you go about to when you write songs? You have first the artist, you want that artist to sing the song you're going to write for, or you write the song and then you say, okay, this could be the one or this could be the one. It's first the artist or first the song?
Yeah, it's different each time actually. In the case of Neve Kavanagh, it's more like we had discussed working with her and she was interested in coming back, but we didn't have the right song at the time, so we basically wrote that for her and got together. It was started with me and Niall Mooney, the Irish songwriter who had worked with the previous year, and then we contacted Martin and Lina Eriksson from Sweden to ask if they wanted to make the song together with us. And Martin is a fantastic producer, so we just made the production. When Neve heard it, she liked it immediately, so she said that was the song she was looking for, basically. In other times, sometimes just creating a song first and then finding the right singer for the song. Then it can be quite different.
If in Eurovision or outside of Eurovision, is there an artist you'd really love to write a song for?
There's probably quite a long list.
You have a list?
Well, there's all my like my idols from my childhood. Like I used to listen a lot to like Kate Bush and people like that. But obviously they all write their own music mostly. So it wouldn't be a dream to work with someone really big like that. But I think I also enjoy when it's working with singers who are not so well known and them being part of. Like if I write their first song, that is their breakthrough. That's almost like bigger than writing a song for someone who's really big already, because that means that my song will sort of make them the big stars that they might become later. Which is so I always enjoy working with singers who aren't so famous yet, but they might be if I see the potential in them. Then,
well, as a songwriter, you always are kind of being more in the background anyway, because on the radio it says it's, for instance, Hera Björk and Someday, but nobody mentions the name of the composers really. So how do you feel about that? It's like my name should be there. So how do you cope with that?
Well, obviously, if I wanted to become famous, I've chosen the wrong profession, because as a songwriter, you rarely become a celebrity, although a few people do. But I guess working with Eurovision is a bit different, because here you actually get more of attention as a songwriter, which is nice. So maybe that's partly why I'm so interested in doing Eurovision, because you get your name out there. But normally it's like there are songwriters who've written worldwide hits that are really famous and nobody knows who they are or anything. But it can be a good thing as well, because it's not all people want to be superstars, and that's not really why I chose to work with music. So it's nice to be able to be in the background as well.
Oh, fantastic. Eurovision 2013 is in Sweden, in your home country, and Loreen won it last year, that's for the reason of the year. What do you think of the standards of the song as songwriter now?
Oh, I think it's quite, this year it's a lot of variety, like different styles, which I really like. And well, it's always hard to tell, like, judge the quality of songs, but generally I think I like most of the songs, they're really nice. And yeah, it's hard. I know who's gonna win, basically, which is always more fun when it's open. Because last year it seemed like it was quite obvious, and it's nice when there can still be something surprising. And there's of course some favorites that people think will win, but nobody really seems totally sure. And I think that shows that there's a lot of good songs that it's anyone's game, basically.
Yeah. Your name is Gladnikoff, which doesn't sound Swedish to me.
No.
So where are the roots?
Well, the name actually comes from my great-grandfather who emigrated to Sweden at the beginning of the 20th century from what's now Belarus. And then I have ancestors from all over Europe, mostly Jewish, so it's just people who used to move around a lot and ended up in Sweden eventually.
Jonas, it's been a big honor to chat with you about your songwriting, and you wrote one of my all-time favorite songs ever. It was in the national final in 2009 in Denmark. It was Someday. How did you get the idea to write that song and to pick Hera to sing it?
Yeah, well, it's actually quite interesting. It was first me and my colleague Christina Schilling. We were sitting in my place, and we were originally it almost started like a joke, just playing the guitar and like making something typical sort of like ABBA chords and stuff, and then singing melodies, and realized that this is actually quite good. We should make something, like turn this into a song, and started working on it. And then we got some friends of ours to do the lyrics, are really good lyricists, and then we just I think it was the year before in Belgrade where we all just went and then met Hera there, and because she was the backing singer for Iceland, and got to know her. And then the next summer we just started discussing if she should enter the Danish final. She heard the song and she really loved it, so we just sent it to the Danish television, and didn't really expect much because they get a lot of songs. And then when they called and announced that that's a song that got through, it was just a really nice experience. And then we had to go to a meeting, Danish television, and tell them about Hera, who she was, and like convince them because they were the ones in charge of picking who's going to sing the songs in the end. So we convinced them to pick her, and they were really happy that we did convince them because they thought she was amazing in the end. So
amazing. You know she's coming to Malmoe. She will be here tomorrow. The Eurofan Cafe, and then you have a chance to see her perform hopefully someday.
Yeah, I hope so.
Jonas, thank you very much. All the best of luck in your future songwriting endeavors, and hopefully you're going to get that song again that makes actually Eurovision win eventually.
Maybe.
So we have Siegel here as well from Germany, and he's not letting it go, and you should also not let it go. And we wish you all the best of luck.
Thank you.